Hey guys, what's going on? I'm here to introduce you to the next installment of our ongoing series, Top 10, where we count down the top 10 most terrifying things in whatever subject we choose. This time around, we're going to be counting down the top 10 cult horror movies. Let's get started. Starting off in the number 10 spot, we have the 2013 release Cult. Cult follows 5 friends who are invited by their acquaintance to an exclusive party hosted by a mysterious cult. Little do they know, this gathering is not quite what it seems, and these friends are in for the night of their lives, though probably not the kind that they expected. Upon arrival at the secluded mansion, they are greeted with drugs, alcohol, wild sex, and some strangers who really want to be friends. Our group of friends soon realizes this isn't your average party, but a sacrifice to the devil himself. As the plot thickens, the friends find themselves fighting for survival against not only the cult members, but also their own addictions and the demons that possess them. Cult is definitely a movie that packs a punch and will leave you questioning just how far you would go to escape a bad situation. Would you take the risk? Number 9. The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man is easily one of the most recognizable films when it comes to cults, and for good reason too. The film follows Sergeant Howie, played by Edward Woodward, who travels to a remote Scottish island to investigate the disappearance of a young girl. Upon arrival, he finds the community to be odd and unsettling, as the locals seem to practice paganism and strange rituals. As the story progresses, we learn that the islanders plan to sacrifice a Christian man to their old gods, and it's up to Howie to decide whether or not he will be sacrificed or escape before it is too late. Released in 1973, The Wicker Man has been praised for its acting, directing, and writing. It truly is a classic when it comes to cult horror. Coming in at No. 8, we have the 2015 film, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. 2 medical examiners, father and son, are called to autopsy a Jane Doe found at the site of a crime scene. When the pair begins the procedure, they discover strange abnormalities with her body and come to the realization she may be linked to ritualistic satanic practices. But as the night goes on, the father and son start to experience unexplainable phenomena, leaving them to question if this woman is actually a demon. Throughout the film, we see disturbing flashbacks of Jane Doe, which reveals she was part of a dangerous cult. The film keeps you guessing until the very end, and you won't see the twist ending coming. So make sure to add this one to your watch list. Number 7. Rosemary's Baby. This 1968 psychological horror film is about a young woman named Rosemary, who suspects her neighbors are part of a cult and are out to kill her and her unborn baby. After moving into her new apartment, Rosemary and her husband Guy meet their seemingly friendly neighbors. They invite the couple over for dinner, but Rosemary can sense something sinister is going on behind their nice guy act. As the story unfolds, we realize the Castavetes are part of a secret cult and are planning to sacrifice Rosemary's baby. This movie is filled with suspense and terrifying imagery, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat. You've got to check this one out. No. 6. The Sacrament. This 2013 mockumentary horror film was written and directed by T. West, who is known for his work on The House of the Devil and The The film follows a TV documentary crew as they travel to a remote location to interview a charismatic cult leader named Father. However, when they arrive, they find the community to be more sinister than they expected, and the charismatic leader to be hiding dark secrets. As the documentary crew digs deeper into the cult, they become targets and must fight for survival. This movie is intense and disturbing, and will leave you questioning just how far people will go for their beliefs. The Sacrament is definitely a must-watch for any fan of cult horror. No. 5. A group of friends travel to Sweden to check out a once-in-a-lifetime festival. What starts out as a fun trip quickly turns into a nightmare as they realize the festival is actually a front for a sinister cult, and its followers are planning to sacrifice one of the group's members. Throughout the film, we see the cult's sinister side, including human sacrifices, mind control, and isolation. Florence Pugh gives an amazing performance as the protagonist, Donnie, who is dealing with personal tragedy while trapped in this cult. This film is a slow burn, but it's definitely worth it, as the ending is both shocking and unforgettable. If you haven't seen it yet, add it to your watch list right now. In the know, fourth spot, we have The Witch. This 2015 film is set in New England in 1630 and follows a Puritan family who is torn apart by the forces of witchcraft. After the father William is banished from his community for heresy, he and his family move to the edge of town and are plagued by strange occurrences. Their 5 children become increasingly erratic, leading the devoutly religious mother to suspect the work of the devil. As the situation worsens, the family is pushed to the brink and horrifying acts are committed. This movie is a slow burn that builds tension and dread throughout. The Witch is a must-watch for any fan of cult horror. No. 3. Eyes Without a Face. This French film, released in 1960, is about a brilliant but twisted doctor who performs plastic surgery on his daughter after she is severely disfigured in a car accident. He does so without telling her or anyone else, believing that he is improving her appearance. However, the surgeries go horribly wrong, and the daughter becomes a monster. The doctor then kidnaps women to use as parts for his daughter's surgeries, but they soon begin to rise from the dead and haunt him. This movie is a disturbing and surreal journey into the mind of a madman, and will leave you questioning just how far one man will go for his beliefs. Number 2. The People Under the Stairs. This 1991 film is about a young boy who discovers a secret passageway in his house that leads to a basement, where he finds a group of people being held captive by the homeowner. As he tries to escape, he is pursued by the homeowner and his creepy wife. And as the story unfolds, we learn that the captives are being held there as food for the homeowner's bizarre experiments. This movie is full of suspense and disturbing imagery, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat. The People Under the Stairs is definitely a cult classic and is a must-watch for any fan of the genre. And finally, in the know, 1 spot today, we have The Village. This 2004 film is about a group of villagers who live in a secluded community cut off from the outside world. The villagers believe that the forest surrounding their village is home to dangerous creatures that will kill anyone who enters. However, when a young woman is bitten by one of these creatures, the village elder reveals the truth to her that there are no monsters in the forest and that the villagers have been living in fear for no reason. As the villagers begin to explore the forest, they discover a horrifying secret that will change their lives forever. This movie is full of twists and turns and will keep you guessing until the very end. The Village is definitely a must-watch for any fan of cult horror. Alright guys, that's all for our list today. Let me know in the comments below which film you think is the scariest. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, and I'll see you next time on Top 10.